What is going on, guys? Steven here, and today I will bring you a new Chinese low budget phone with amazing specs. So today we'll check out the new Ecoo Focus E01 from coolycool.com. As always, you can find the product link down below in the description, so feel free to check that out. And this phone currently retails for only $150 and comes with an octa-core processor, 8GB of ROM, 1GB of RAM, and an amazing 5.2-inch Full HD LG IPS screen with a really high pixel density of about 420 pixels per inch. So really nice specs for a phone which only costs $150. And also they currently have Halloween promotion, so maybe check out the link down below in the description, so they have discount on several phones. Maybe there's something which you like. And now guys, let's start with the review. Okay guys, now here it is, the Ecoo Focus. That's a sample phone, so it didn't come with any accessories. So it's just a phone, but if you order the phone, you will also get a lot of accessories like a charger or something. And you see it looks really similar to the Galaxy S5. We have here this typical Galaxy S5 background. Also the front side here looks pretty much like a Galaxy S5, but there are some huge differences. So let's quickly compare that phone to a Galaxy S5 clone I have right over here. So let's get started. Oh yeah guys, so there we go. Here on the left side you can see a one-to-one Galaxy S5 clone. So that's just some $60 phone. Probably some of the worst phones I've ever had. It's already broken, so I can just compare the outside, which should be one-to-one to the Galaxy S5. On the right side we got the Ecoo Focus. Now you will see the screen on the Ecoo Focus is a little bit bigger. It's 5.2 inches and the real Galaxy S5 has 5.1 inches. Also the screen color looks completely different. It's some kind of black and blue. That means it's an IPS screen, and on the clone you can see it's a little bit brighter. But that's not the only difference. You will also see that the speaker looks different, the front camera is placed on a different spot. The same goes for the sensors, also the home button looks different. But anyway, let's have a look at the display of this $60 Galaxy S5 clone. You will see the display looks very bright when it's turned off and some kind of gray, and that means the display is not that good. So that wasn't an IPS screen, and also the viewing angles were not that good. But let's have a look at this one here, which is the Ecoo Focus. And here you can see when the screen is off, it looks completely black and some kind of blue. So that indicates that the screen May is better. You will later also see a short comparison between that screen and my OnePlus One. But before we do that, let me quickly show you the other differences. Now once again, here you can see the front side, and here you can see it a little bit better, so the screen color doesn't match. Also the front camera is placed on a different spot, so you can't use screen protectors from the real Galaxy S5. Also the home button has a different shape, so it's a little bit smaller on the Ecoo Focus, and that makes it impossible to use screen protectors from the real Galaxy S5. So actually it pretty much looks like a Galaxy S5, but you cannot use any parts from it. And yeah. Then that was the front side, but now let's also have a look at the back side. And the back side looks also kind of different. Now as you can see, the Samsung logo already came off of the fake one, so I wouldn't recommend to buy one-to-one clones because there are so many problems with them, and also yeah, it's product piracy. But let's have a look at the Ecoo. So it has the same pattern, it comes with a different logo. Instead of the heartbeat monitor we got the LED flashlight with some kind of lens to spread the LED light. But if you take a look at the top, you can see that the 3.5mm jack is just placed on the opposite side, so it's impossible to change the back cover to a real Galaxy S5 back cover. That will not work. And if you take a look at the buttons, they're a little bit bigger on the Ecoo, and yeah, the thickness is almost the same. So you can use sleeves from the real Galaxy S5, but you cannot use silicone covers or something. That will not work. Also, you can't use screen protectors or anything. And now we'll open it up, and then you will see that the internals also look kind of different, so let's go. So here you can see what the Ecoo Focus has got under the hood, and I forgot to mention that it is a dual SIM phone, but we'll check that out just in a minute. First, let's have a look at the battery, and you will see the original battery can't fit in the Ecoo Focus. It looks completely different in the size, shape, everything. And also you will notice the real Galaxy S5 just got one slot. Here we got 3 slots, so let's have a look at them. We can see here a micro SD card slot. This one here is SIM card slot 2 because it's a dual SIM phone, and that one here, the big one, is SIM card slot 1. It's for big SIM cards, so you have to use an adapter. The rest of the phone looks pretty similar, but there are still some differences. For instance, instead of the heartbeat monitor we got an LED flash. The camera module looks very similar, but we don't have wireless charging pins on the Ecoo. So wireless charging is not possible on the Ecoo. And yeah, also the 3.5mm headphone jack is on the opposite side. But except of that, both phones look pretty similar, and except of the battery. Then here you can see the battery of the Ecoo. So we have a capacity of 2450 mAh. It's a lithium-ion battery pack, and that should be enough for 1 day of use. And yeah, the Octa core is a little bit power hungry, so you may have to clock it down to get a good battery lifetime. But let's do now the test and let's see how it performs. Now 2 minutes ago I was talking about IPS screens, viewing angles, but check it out on your own. So here on the left side you can see my OnePlus One, which has a really good display. And on the right side you can see the Ecoo Focus. And you can see it doesn't matter from which angle you look at the screen, you can always see something. And also the colors look really good. So I would say the display is really the best part of the smartphone. Okay, now there we go. So the smartphone is up and running and we're in Android. And yeah, the first feeling, the first look feels pretty good. So the Octa core is really fast and also the ROM is really clean. The good thing is it is not running on TouchWiz. Most of those clones are running on fake TouchWiz and it's laggy, it really sucks. But this phone is really fast. So let's go to about the phone and let's see on which Android version it's currently running. Now this beauty here is running on Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean, but I can't tell you if there are updates. It's some kind of new brand and I'm really not sure if they provide updates, but if there are updates you will find them on needrom.com, but there are no over-the-air updates. Then let's check out wireless networks. So here we can find Wi-Fi and let's see if it can connect to my home network. Okay, so there we go. And yeah, it automatically connects and I'm in the basement, the router is in the first floor. So pretty good signal, just like on my OnePlus One, no issues. Further it comes with Bluetooth on board, so you can connect to your car and Bluetooth speaker or whatever. And under wireless networks advanced settings we got tethering and portable hotspot, just like on every other Android phone. Now maybe let's check out storage. Here we can see this phone comes with 2 partitions. One 2.3GB partition and another 4GB partition. So all in all you have about 6GB of free space. Now it's a problem with the partition, so if you want to have a bigger main partition you have to repartition your phone, and we have a lot of tutorials for that on chinadevices.com, and there's also a tutorial video on my YouTube channel. The only problem I have so far, it can't mount my SD card. I still don't know why it's not detecting my SD card. So that is currently the only problem I have. I'm not sure if the SD card is damaged or maybe it's a ROM issue, and I will try to find it out and leave a comment down below if it's fixed or not, and also contact the seller about that. Now let's check out the battery stats. Currently 40 minutes on battery. I have charged it to 32% or something, so this is not accurate right now. And yeah, you can see mobile standby drains the most and not the screen, so the screen has good power saving ability. Then also let's check out apps, and here we can see how high the RAM consumption is. Currently we have about 50% of the RAM used, so that's pretty common. And yeah, you still got about 500 megabytes of free RAM, so that is still enough to play games. Okay, and if we check out all the apps right over here, we can see there are no Chinese applications except of this. Someone told me it's a service application. If someone speaks Chinese, it would be really nice if he can translate that or she can translate that, and post a comment down below in the description. I'm really interested what that application does. Then let's check out language and input. So you can set that phone here to every language you want to. Only a few languages are missing. On the most China phones, Greek is missing. So if you're from Greece, it's a little bit complicated to add this language, but yeah, it's possible and you have to take a look at that. A few words will still remain in English, so there's no way around that. And you can also set the keyword to every language you want to. Now here we got accounts, so you can add all the Google accounts, so that works perfectly. It's Android, just like on every other Android phone. And last but not least, we got the developer options, so you can enable USB debugging to root the smartphone, or to backup your ROM, or just install a different ROM over ADB or whatever. We also have capacitive buttons, just like on the Galaxy S5. We're on Jelly Bean stock launcher, so this opens up wallpapers or system settings. You can also swipe down from the top to the bottom to open up the Android status bar, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, so everything included. And we also have wireless display, so that is supported by the smartphone. Maybe something what I never use, but yeah, it is supported by the smartphone. Then let's close the Android status bar and let's have a look at gesture sensing. So that phone comes with a proximity sensor here at the top, just like the Galaxy S5. That means you can use gesture sensing to navigate here through the pages on the home screen or through the pictures in the gallery. On the real S5 it's called Air Browse, and yeah, here it doesn't work that good because you have to recalibrate the proximity sensor. The distance is now set to very near and it also just works in one direction. There's an app to recalibrate it and you definitely have to do it. Otherwise it's not working for me straight out of the box. But yeah, we can fix that. Then let's have a look at all the default installed applications. For instance, let's start with the dialer application and let's also see if the light sensor is working. I'm now connected to my network provider, so that works perfectly in my country, absolutely no issues. But let's try to call some random number. Okay, so calling works, and also the light sensor or proximity sensor works pretty good because it switches off the display. So when you hold that phone and when you do a call and you hold it near to your ear, it shuts off the display so you don't activate stuff with your ear or just hang up the call. And that is really important that it is working correctly. And also this phone is a dual SIM phone. That means you have to choose your default SIM card in the system settings, and then you can choose from which SIM card you want to do calls. Okay, then maybe let's check out the messaging application, and the default messaging application can be changed, so you can do that in the settings. And now let's check out the keyboard. So you can see this is the basic Android keyboard, and that can be replaced with every keyboard from the Google Play Store like SwiftKey or whatever. Okay, then now let's go to the main menu and let's see which apps come pre-installed. So this phone comes with all the necessary apps pre-installed. First of all, let's check out the browser and let's see if we can connect to the internet. And yeah, over Wi-Fi it should work everywhere. But if you can't connect to your provider, if you have 3G issues, if you can't connect to 3G, you should check if the frequencies which your provider is using are supported by the smartphone. And you can find the frequencies from the smartphone down below in the description. So just double check if the smartphone works in your country. Maybe in some countries it will not work, so please double check that. Okay, so you can see YouTube and the browser is working, but let's check out the camera application. And yeah, it's the default Android camera application, so nothing special. The back camera has 8 megapixels and the front camera has 2 megapixels. And that's the default camera application, and the preview quality doesn't look that bad. So let's try the touch autofocus. Okay, that works. We have different effects just like you have in every camera application. We can also record videos, I hope in HD, but we will later test it outside. Here we can take photos, so that also works. It's not too laggy. And yeah, let's go quickly outside and I will do a test video and then we'll see how the quality is. Now here comes the video test from the back camera of the Ecoo Focus. And you can see it's blurry, it's not sharp, the focus didn't really work. You had to tap several times on the display until it started to focus, and yeah, the overall quality is not good. It also records all the videos in 3GP, so you have to convert them into MP4, and I would rate this with 2 out of 10 points, so the video quality is definitely not good. But let's have a look at the picture quality. Now the picture quality of the phone is actually pretty good. So here you can see one of the photos I've made in maximum resolution. And yeah, it wasn't blurry at all, so the autofocus and the tap autofocus was working in camera mode, but not in video mode. So yeah, maybe some software bug, I don't know, but the picture quality is okay, but the video quality is definitely not okay. Then now let's have a look at the other applications which are pre-installed. Let's just go through the important ones, and here we got the flashlight. I just want to show you how bright the LED flash is. And it's very bright in this room, so the LED flash doesn't look that bright. But I would say it's a little bit weaker than the LED flash from the Galaxy S5. But it's still good enough to use it as a flashlight or to take photos in dark areas. Okay, now that was the LED flashlight. Then we also have several other things which are pre-installed. And it also comes with all the Google apps pre-installed. You don't have to play around with that. It comes with Google Mail and also with the Google Play Store. And now let's check out the Google Play Store, because actually that's the most important thing. You have to access that, and if that is not working, you cannot download applications. And some China phones don't come with the Google Play Store, they come with alternative Play Stores because Google is blocked in China. But yeah, this phone comes with the Google Play Store with all the G apps. You don't have to worry about that, just log in and then you can download every application you want to. I'm now downloading Clash of Clans, so yeah, that works and you won't get unsupported phone or anything. Okay, now we actually went through all the applications and I have to say, this ROM is really good, it feels very smooth. And the good thing is that it doesn't come with TouchWiz like Galaxy S5 clones. No issues with the ROM so far. If something changes, you can find it in my thread on chinadevices.com. Okay, now let's go outside, let's do a little GPS test and then you will see some benchmarks. And after that you will hear my conclusion about the Ecoo Focus. Now GPS problems are things which you have to deal with when you buy a phone from China. GPS never ever works straight out of the box. Also not on this phone. I had to do the GPS fix, so you have to root the smartphone, rewrite the GPS config, but now it works perfectly. So I can find a fix after about 5 seconds, and here you can see the GPS test application. So we have a 3D fix and the accuracy is 12 to 15 feet. So GPS now works really good, but you have to do the GPS fix once. It's a simple software fix and after that you're ready to go. And now enjoy the benchmarks.
As I wake up every morning, I wish the day would end, because a day without you in my life, I don't know how to mend. And I was like, oh, 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 oh. You were like, no, oh, no, oh. I was like, oh, 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 oh. You were like, no, oh, no, oh. Come on, let's rewind till I smile. That look upon your face. My heart is empty and unguided, a blind leading chase. I thought I had a plan with you and me. Was the villain of my own dream, breaking me down to my knees. Right at the mirror, wondering if I'll be okay. My head is telling me nothing, it's got nothing left to say. And I was like, oh, 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 oh. You were like, no, oh, no, oh. I was like, oh, 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 oh. You were like, no, oh, no, oh. Come on, let's rewind till I smile. That look upon your face. My heart is empty and unguided, a blind leading chase. I thought I had a plan with you and me. Was the villain of my own dream, breaking me down to my knees.
Okay guys, so we're now at the end of this review and here comes my conclusion about the Ecoo Focus. If you keep in mind that that phone only costs $150, it's actually really good. Fast octa core, 1GB of RAM, and probably the best screen I've seen for under $220. But there are some weaknesses. So the camera is not really good, especially in video mode, so it records everything in 3GP and you have to convert that to MP4, so that's not really good. And for some reason my SD card doesn't get recognized. I'm not sure if the SD card is damaged, so I have to try that and I will keep you updated on that. But I'm pretty sure that that can be fixed. And personally, I don't like the design of the smartphone. So I think the Galaxy S5 design is ugly as hell, but yeah, that depends on your likes. Now 1GB of RAM is totally okay for $150, so there's nothing to say about that, and the screen is really nice. So you won't find a better screen for under $220, I'm pretty sure about that. So if you look for a smartphone which should look like the Galaxy S5, or at least have a similar size, and it should also be really fast and have a good screen, then this phone is probably the best you can buy for $150. Okay guys, so we're now at the end of this review. Don't forget to check out the links down below in the description. The seller is coollycool.com. And Coollycool also has now a Halloween promotion, so just until Friday I think. And they have some smartphones on sale, so check that out guys. There are some massive discounts and maybe there is a smartphone on sale which you want to buy. So don't miss that, check the links out down below in the description. Leave a like if you like this video, and as always guys, thanks for watching and I hope to see you again in my next videos. Bye bye.